Hello, to the one they keep whispering about, the one they can't stop watching, can't stop criticizing, can't stop fearing, but also can't stop envying. Let's talk, you and me. Because it seems you're living in a place where your existence alone offends the insecure, where every step forward triggers their unresolved bitterness, where every ounce of progress you make feels like an act of war to them. And isn't it funny how the same people who never clapped for you seem to have front row seats to everything you do? Tell me, how does it feel to know that the very community trying to break you is unknowingly building the legend they'll one day pretend they always believed in? Because make no mistake, they're watching you. Oh, they're watching you closer than you think. The fake laughs, the group chats, the weird silence when you walk in the room, all of it. It's not random, it's ritual, an ancient one. They always crucify what they can't control. They always demonize what they secretly desire to become. From the beginning you knew it, didn't you? That eerie feeling that you were cut from something other. You didn't fit their boxes. You didn't play their games. And for that, they labeled you dangerous. For that, they whispered, pointed, plotted. But that's how it always begins, doesn't it? First they laugh at the storm, then they try to silence it. Then one day, they realize it was never a storm. It was revelation. It was anointing in disguise. Let's rewind. Remember those nights you sat alone, wondering why you were the only one being picked apart? Why they kept coming for you, even when you stayed silent? Why every time you took one step forward, someone tried to shove you 10 steps back? Let me tell you something they'll never admit. They saw it. They saw the light, the oil, the mark, the anointing. They might not have had the language for it, but their spirit screamed it. You carried something ancient, something disruptive, something unshakable. And when people can't name a power, they try to contain it. They try to destroy it. They try to gossip it into irrelevance. But what they didn't understand is that every attempt to break you was a free commercial for your becoming. You were supposed to be the outsider. You were meant to be misunderstood. Because chosen ones don't ascend through applause. They rise through isolation. Your pain was a consecration. Your rejection was a sacred rite. While they were chasing acceptance, you were walking through the fire, becoming untouchable. You see, most people want crowns, but they flee from the crushing. You endured it. You bled in silence. You screamed in secret. And still, you chose to evolve. And now, that same community is watching in awe, and they can't explain it. Because the attacks didn't kill you. They commissioned you. You ever try explaining your vision to someone who only sees in grayscale? They'll call it delusion. They'll call it arrogance. They'll call it too much. Not because it is too much, but because it exposes how little they've dared to dream. You walking in your truth triggers them. You daring to be great convicts their mediocrity. You embody what they buried, and so they attack. Passive-aggressively, publicly, privately. They roll their eyes at your ideas, mock your confidence, laugh at your faith, but secretly, they replay your words. They stalk your posts. They mimic your moves. Because deep down, they know. They know you're becoming something they'll need permission to admire later. Let's talk about that favor. Let's talk about that hand on your life. They'll try to explain it away. Say you got lucky. Say it was timing. Say it's a fluke. But how do you explain resilience that keeps resurrecting? How do you dismiss someone who keeps shining in spite of sabotage? You've got something on you that they can't replicate. No matter how much they mock, mimic, or meddle, Because what's on you didn't come from them, and it damn sure can't be taken by them. And now, they're watching doors open that they swore would stay shut, watching you walk in rooms they tried to keep you out of, watching your name echo in places their influence can't reach. And all they can do now is watch. The anointing isn't comfortable. It's not designed to make people clap. It's designed to disrupt. You weren't sent here to blend in. You were sent here to expose, reveal, ignite. So yes, the attacks will come. Yes, the whisper campaigns will grow. Yes, they'll keep your name in their mouths like a sacred chant. But every time they plot, your platform expands. Every time they gossip, your glow intensifies. Every time they curse, heaven contradicts them. You're not just surviving the war, you're being transformed by it. They didn't realize that in trying to bury you. They watered a seed, and now the harvest is making noise. They can't handle the fruit because they mocked the root. When you were in pain, they laughed. When you were building, they ignored. When you cried out, they scoffed. But now that the breakthrough is undeniable, now that the oil is visible, now that favor is breaking generational curses in front of their eyes, they don't know what to say, so they'll say anything to make it make sense. She's not that special. He got lucky. She changed. He's acting brand new. But the truth is, you're not brand new. You're finally walking in what you were born with, and that terrifies them. Let them talk. Heaven is talking louder. While they bicker, heaven builds. While they conspire, heaven covers. While they roll eyes, heaven rolls stones away. This isn't just elevation, it's vindication. It's the sacred reversal, where the last becomes first, where the overlooked becomes undeniable, where the rejected becomes the revival. So let them keep coming, let them keep plotting, let them keep watching, because the same mouths that tried to curse you will one day have to confess you were anointed from the start. They won't say it out loud, but they feel it. In the silence, after they speak your name. In the hesitation in their voice when someone praises you. In the shift of the room when you walk in, not with arrogance, but weight. Because presence speaks louder than performance, and yours is thundering. They keep trying to play it off, like it's nothing, like you're just another phase, another dreamer, another one getting too big for your britches. But their eyes betray them. They widen just a little too much when they hear your next move. Their smiles stretch just a little too tight when they see your name climb. Their voices dip just a little too low when they talk about what you've done. Because your existence confronts their compromise. Your rise calls out their retreat. You didn't just break through, you broke pattern. And every system that was built to contain you is collapsing under the weight of your becoming. It's why they keep trying to come for you. They don't realize it yet, but their obsession is evidence. You're not a threat because you did something wrong. You're a threat because you refused to bow. You didn't water yourself down to fit in. You didn't trade your power for their approval. You walked through the rejection untouched in spirit. And that kind of resistance, it exposes everything they forfeited just to be accepted. They gave up their voice to belong. You gave up comfort to be real. And real is radioactive in a world addicted to pretense. That's why you glow different. They can't sit near you without being reminded of everything they silenced in themselves. And so, they come for you. They nitpick. They question your motives. They downplay your progress. But you know what they never do? They never look you in the eye. Because deep down, they know. They know you're walking with something ancient, something holy, something that didn't come from them and can't be taken by them. You didn't buy this power. You were branded with it. And the crazy part? You never asked to be chosen. You begged for peace and got process. You prayed for silence and got the storm. You asked to be left alone, and instead, you were anointed in front of your enemies. Anointing is a strange kind of crown. It doesn't glitter, it bleeds, it burns, it drags you through hell. Not to destroy you, but to strip you of everything counterfeit. Because before heaven promotes, it purges. Before you're handed a platform, you're handed pain. And the community around you, they saw the fallout, not the formation. They mocked the mess, but they missed the animus morphosis. They didn't see you when you cried into the pillow at 3 a.m., praying you were wrong about the call on your life. They didn't see the nights you almost caved in, almost made yourself small just to finally breathe. But something in you refused, not pride, not ego, something older, something wired into your very bones. You didn't just want to be free, you were built for it. Built to break patterns, built to disturb systems, built to outlast opinions and outgrow ceilings. And now, the same community that tried to paint you rebellious, that accused you of being too much, too loud, too intense, is being forced to watch the oil drip in public. And there's nothing they can do about it, because what's sacred can't be silenced. What's ordained can't be overthrown. What's authentic always rises, no matter how many shadows try to cover it. The truth is, they wanted to see you crack. They wanted to be right about your collapse. It gave them comfort to imagine you failing, because your success threatens the entire scaffolding of their denial. If you could endure all that and still rise, then what excuse do they have? That's why they're unsettled. That's why they keep coming. Not because you did something wrong, but because you represent what they buried. And buried things have a way of haunting the living. You're their mirror. But unlike most mirrors, you don't flatter, you reflect. And the reflection is costing them their illusions. They thought they could gossip you into shrinking. They thought they could roll their eyes and roll over your fire. They thought proximity to your pain gave them authority over your process. But they forgot one thing. This was never your plan. It was divine. Every heartbreak, every exile, every eye roll and cold shoulder, orchestrated, not to punish you, to position you. Every loss was a seed, every attack, a tilling of the soil, every lie, an invitation for heaven to respond. And respond it did. You didn't just survive, you transformed. The old you, the one who would have folded, snapped, begged for validation, is dead. In its place now stands something unrecognizable. Not hotter, not colder, cleaner, sharper, wiser in the silence, quieter in the war, louder in the spirit. And that silence? That's what scares them the most, because they used to know how to get to you. A look, a word, a post, a rumor. Now, you don't flinch, not because it doesn't hurt, but because you finally understand what you carry. You're not fighting for survival anymore. You're guarding legacy. You're moving in assignment. And when you're in alignment with heaven, earthly attacks become irrelevant. They can throw stones, but they can't break covenant. They can form weapons, but they can't touch destiny. They can mock your voice, but they can't mute your anointing. Because the anointing, it's not just oil. It's evidence of survival, of favor, of fire walked through and not consumed. They'll keep trying to figure it out. They'll talk, spin, speculate. But deep down, they'll feel it. That low hum of awe. That subconscious reverence that makes them both despise and desire what you've become. You are not their enemy. You are their wake-up call. And if they were wise, they'd stop coming for you. They'd start learning from you. But even if they don't, you'll keep walking, head high, eyes open, heart blazing. Because this isn't just vindication, it's coronation. They still think this is about ego, as if you endured betrayal, abandonment, mockery, and firestorms, just to be seen. As if you gave up comfort, walked through isolation, buried versions of yourself, just to feel important. They misread the script. This isn't about being admired. It's about being assigned. This isn't the path of the proud. It's the walk of the wounded who refused to stay broken. They think you're motivated by revenge, by the thrill of proving them wrong. But it was never about them. They were side characters in a story much older than any of their gossip circles. You didn't rise because of their hate. You rose because something deep in your spirit refused to die. They called it ambition. You knew it was survival. They called it arrogance. You knew it was recovery. They called it rebellion. You knew it was reclamation of what life tried to steal before you even knew your own worth. You were always going to rise, not because of who you knew, not because of what you did, but because you never stopped answering when the call got louder, even when it cost you everything. You remember it, don't you? The moment you realized you could never go back. The comfort you used to crave started tasting like poison. The spaces you once fought to belong in felt suffocating. The friends you used to trust began to sound foreign. That wasn't a mood shift. That was a dimensional shift. Everything started vibrating on a frequency they couldn't hear. But you felt it. And the moment you started honoring that feeling, the war intensified. They sensed the change. You didn't laugh as hard at nonsense. You didn't respond to the bait. You didn't show up where drama lived. You stopped bleeding for people who held knives behind their backs. And that to them felt like betrayal, because your healing interrupted their power. They were addicted to your wounds. Your vulnerability was their playground. But the moment you stopped letting them rent space in your mind, they panicked. Healing looks like distance to the unhealed. Power looks like arrogance to the powerless. Silence sounds like violence to the chaotic. You became their threat, not because you fought them, but because you stopped explaining yourself. And once that shift happened, they stopped whispering. They started declaring. They moved from subtle shade to public disrespect, from cold shoulders to calculated shots, because nothing terrifies a manipulative community more than a person who knows their worth and doesn't apologize for it. You didn't even need revenge. Your radiance was the revenge. You waking up with peace. That was your clapback. You elevating in purpose. That was your retaliation. You refusing to dim. That was your roar. They underestimated what God could do with your pain. They thought your wilderness was exile. They didn't realize it was preparation. They mocked your silence, not knowing it was strategy. They misread your tears, not knowing they were activation. Because every tear that fell seeded ground for future glory. Every time you were ghosted, lied on, overlooked, it was a heavenly redirection. You were being pulled out of places that couldn't survive the heat your purpose required. Some environments collapse under anointing. It's not personal, it's spiritual. Your presence became combustible. It disrupted their stagnancy. It cracked the glass on their control. It called into question every comfort they settled for. And when they couldn't contain you, they tried to contaminate you. But oil doesn't mix with poison. It separates. You walked out with your hands clean, but your spirit changed. More precise, more sober, more dangerous. to every system of manipulation, every game of hierarchy, every illusion of power. You stopped playing, and in doing so, you forced the room to shift. But here's the twist they didn't see coming. You weren't just surviving attacks. You were becoming proof that you can be targeted, talked about, misread, misquoted, and still fulfill your assignment. Proof that you can lose everything and come back clearer. Proof that no matter who walks away, if TMH called you, you will rise again. And every eye that watched you suffer, every mouth that feasted on your name like it was their favorite hobby, every hand that threw stones and pretended it was prayer, is now watching you become undeniable. You didn't retaliate, you transcended. You didn't expose them. You evolved beyond their reach. You didn't beg for closure, you became the door. And it's driving them mad, because nothing is more tormenting than watching someone you tried to destroy thrive. Every table they tried to block now invites you. Every platform they said you'd never reach now seeks you out. Every lie they told about your character now rots in the presence of your consistency. This isn't vindication. This is public prophecy, fulfilled, front row, no filter, no hiding. They are being shown, not told, shown. Because TMH doesn't need your enemies to understand you. He only needs them to witness you. They stand there now, still pretending it doesn't bother them, still holding on to their story, that you were too emotional, too intense, too ambitious, too unpredictable, too real. They called it chaos, but you knew it was consecration. They called it rebellion, but you knew it was reformation. They couldn't tell the difference, because they've never seen what anointing looks like before it's crowned. It doesn't come wrapped in etiquette. It doesn't walk in smiling to make others comfortable. It doesn't beg to be understood. Anointing walks in with weight. It shifts the oxygen in the room. It rattles what's fake. It confuses what's performative. It convicts what's dead inside. They weren't equipped for that. They were trained to worship titles, not recognize truth. They were taught to bow to hierarchy, not discern holiness. And when you walked in, not with a title, but with oil, they panicked. Because hierarchy has rules, but favor doesn't ask permission. It shows up uninvited and flips tables. You didn't climb their ladder. You walked through the wall. And the moment they saw that, the moment they realized they couldn't predict you, control you, or define you, they turned on you. Not all at once, not openly. It started small, subtle tones in their voice, a little sarcasm layered into compliments, celebrating you in public, but criticizing you in private, withholding support, waiting for a fall because people love you, until they realize they can't use you. Your strength scared them. Your honesty offended them. Your resilience exposed their fragility. You didn't collapse. You recalibrated. You didn't retaliate. You resurrected. They wanted your breaking point, but you became the breakthrough. And now, they're watching you rise in real time, with no campaign, no connections, no validation from the very system that swore you'd never make it. And it's messing with their heads, because it wasn't supposed to be you. You didn't play the politics. You didn't kiss the ring. You didn't betray yourself to belong. You walked the long road, the bloody road, the road they mocked behind closed doors, and still, you got here. Because when TMH puts his hand on someone, it doesn't matter how many hands try to block it. When TMH says, move, no wall can hold you. When TMH says, speak, no muzzle can stop you. When TMH says live, even death gets confused. You're not just here, you're enthroned in spirit, in wisdom, in authority. not because of who clapped for you, but because of who tried to crucify you and failed. They're being shown it now, shown what it means when someone refuses to sell their soul for a seat, shown what it looks like when someone lets the fire forge them instead of consume them, shown what real favor looks like, favor that follows you into exile and calls you out like a burning bush. They can't unsee it. They can't unfeel it. They can't explain it away, because you didn't just survive their persecution, you flipped the spiritual atmosphere. Their weapons, still formed, still aimed, still failing. Their rumors, still whispered, still venomous, still powerless. Their strategy, still petty, still personal, still irrelevant. Because this isn't about personality anymore. This is prophetic.